Thank you. At NVIDIA, we care a lot about PC gaming. I think everybody in here knows that. And we're extremely excited to be a partner and a long-term partner of MSI Corporation. And as you can see with the new MSI, we have some pretty exciting things that we've launched recently, like the GeForce GTX 780, which MSI has done a great job putting their own cooler and designs that you can take a look at down here in front of the stage. So down here we have the GeForce GTX 780. It's 50% more cores than its predecessor, 50% more memory, and it comes standard with Boost 2.0 out of the box. Also exciting, just last week, we both announced together the GeForce GTX 770 series. And if you've seen the reviews, you've noticed that MSI has done a fantastic job with the thermal properties, the acoustics, and the noise. And you've seen that they've won many awards already, and that's because of their ability to go out there and listen to customer feedback, to listen to the engineers to see how they can improve upon what we think is already a great design. But your engineers always do a great job improving on what we've already created. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. Also exciting for us this week with the partnership with Intel and MSI, there's new laptops, as Stephen mentioned from Intel, just mentioned previously. Some of the new laptops you'll see featured this week include the new GeForce GTX 780 mobile processor, which MSI has proudly shown today, as well as the GeForce GTX 765 mobile processor series. All of those combined, if you look at the GPU for the desktop side and you look at the GPUs for the laptop side, I think you can see why MSI is bought by millions of gamers worldwide. They care about gaming, they care about all spaces of gaming, from the desktop PCs to the laptops to their all-in-one devices, all the way down to the award-winning motherboard, which I congratulate you on for winning this week. So great job. One of the things that we're going to be partnering with MSI even more going forward, that you'll see from us here at this show, is really going to enhance the gaming experience, help you sell more desktop PCs, help you sell more GeForce GTX 650 and above computers, is our new NVIDIA Shield. NVIDIA Shield will allow gamers worldwide, millions of gamers, to stream from the MSI desktop PC to anywhere in their home environment. They can stream PC games, they can play Android games, and more importantly, it'll help you sell a lot more GPUs and desktops and laptops. So on behalf of NVIDIA, we congratulate MSI on the award-winning motherboard, all of their great GPUs that you've been a great partner with us for a long time, and we appreciate you inviting us to this event. Thank you very much.
Later on, we will have the keynote interview with our best overclocker and he also our best winner of the MSI Overclocking Arena, maybe you also know as the MOA. And then we will have the top gamer, Patrick from Fnatic. Now I will give you the keynote interview host, Mr. Dennis. He is from our product marketing. Let's welcome Dennis.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. MSI always has overclocking at the core of its story. 25 years ago, when we introduced one of our first products, was the 8286 overclocking motherboard, and that hasn't changed. So we've become very popular. We set many world records with our Big Bang X Power, for instance. But recently, we've changed this. You can see with the introduction of the Z87 Power, we changed the look and identity of our products, but not only the look and identity, also the features that we put into our boards and the way we talk about our products, the way we talk to overclockers to help us improve our products. So with the Z87 overclocking series, we finally have a top to bottom range of overclocking products. This goes from the M Power to the M Power Max to the X Power, and one of the key persons responsible for this change in our overclocking performance is John Sandstrom, better known as Elmore. John, can you come to the stage? Or actually, this is what happened when I was checking on John recently.
Hey, what are you doing here?
John is very busy preparing our motherboards for our overclocking contest. Actually, he needs to leave right after this keynote. So John, can you come to the stage, please? So what are you got in here?
Yeah,
This is something we've been working on recently. Yeah. This is a little device that will allow people to do on-the-fly overclocking with the MSI microcontroller. And this will allow us to fully push the system to the benchmarks.
You should
Yeah, there's a bigger one up here, so I think you can provide it.
This allows for on-the-fly overclocking, but we also have overclocking software.
We also have a new lighter version of the command center called Command Center Lite, which allows easy access to simple access to the most common settings.
You see, you can type in various voltages there in the settings. Is that dangerous to allow for that very high voltage in the software?
It can be, yes. But we also have a completely new VRM on the Haswell mainboards in the Z87, which will hopefully prevent this from happening. From our testing so far, it's not an issue. Also, Intel has built-in protection of the CPU, so it should be all right.
Not everybody does extreme overclocking. Everybody has access to liquid nitrogen. What do we do for
yeah, this new VRM also allows for voltage offset, which means that you can have the high voltage for overclocking only when you actually need it, when the application running that actually needs the high frequency. So you can still have the processing as well.
Yeah. So one thing we also introduced was OC certified Z87 and how does this affect regular overclockers? So we actually do what is it?
The OC certified is a guarantee that MSI is given to the end users that the board can sustain overclock conditions. So this is tested with worst case scenarios like water cooled CPU, while overclocked, so there's no airflow in high temperatures.
But you don't only focus at the motherboard phase, you also like graphics cards and graphics card overclocking. So can you tell us a bit more about what we're doing with the upcoming new Lightning graphics cards?
So for next generation Lightning graphics cards, as most of you probably know, they're currently rated as overclocking graphics cards. And they will continue this legacy with unlocked digital power to push the GPUs to their maximum. And they will also include locked support, which is used on the mainboard, so we will transition the mainboard topology onto the VGAs as well.
Actually, you can get a sneak peek of our new Lightning graphics card at our booth in Nagano, so please come check it out. Yeah, you're famous for winning overclock contests like MOA. What can you tell us about MOA in 2013? How are we doing it?
Yeah, it's a bit different. Actually, at the moment, there are online qualifiers running. And next month, we'll start semi-finals. And there's this year, there's two classes. So there's one high performance class, and there's one that's limited to mid-end hardware. So it kind of gives us the perspective of people winning just because they have a lot of money to spend on hardware. So, and then later, 15 people will be selected to go to the grand finals here in Texas later this fall.
Will you be attending the finals as well, or?
I think I'm too close to this company to attend unbiased, so no. But talking about overclocking, actually you have to go to a competition with Intel and Coursera just across the street. So right now. So
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. Now, MSI is also, like you heard before, known for our gaming notebooks. We have these notebooks for years already. And we've recently introduced the gaming DNA into our entire lineup. So you see gaming motherboards, gaming graphics cards, and even gaming all-in-one PC. We've cooperated with professional gaming teams for years already, but probably actually the most well-known of them is Fnatic, a world-class team. And I'd like to introduce Patrick Sederman, the Chief Gaming Officer of Fnatic right now.
you.
Yeah, you've been a gamer probably for years, so what can you tell us what gaming is, what esports is?
Well, it's electronic sports. It basically means aspiring gamers around the world. It's a global thing, actually. Big in Europe, super big in Asia, of course, and America. Aspiring to achieve their dreams, be the best, getting signed by professional teams as Fnatic. Going out there, basically, competing around the world.
Okay, so yeah, we say esports, but actually this is a professional setup, so you need to sign contracts. Yeah, how many hours a day do you need to play games for Fnatic?
Well, for Fnatic, I think we're taking a bit of a flexible approach towards the whole practice thing. Games should be fun, creativity, talent thrive from having fun. The same in sports, we have the same connection there. But of course, games today, it depends a bit which platform, which game you're playing. But I would say up to 12 hours. So we're definitely not talking about 40 hours working. That's a bit private. So yeah, gamers probably play their games more than a regular conventional athlete is able to play football, running, whatever, because you don't really have the physical limitation in the sport. And I think that it could be bad in one sense, but it's also very interesting in another way. Now you can play cross-nation, cross-gender, even if you have a disability, you're welcome in the world of esports.
So yeah, as a professional player, you visit a lot of tournaments.
Yeah, I've been a few places.
Yeah, you've been quite a few places, probably most places than most people.
Right.
So how did you mix that in with your contractual agreement of still playing, like, say, 8 hours a day when you're traveling?
Right. It's tough. Fnatic, probably more than any other organization, send our players all around the world. We are attending around 85 offline events every year. And during my busiest year as a professional active player, we were traveling up to 100 days a year. What that means is that you have less time at home, less time practicing. But ever since our partnership with MSI, starting in 2008, we have been provided by not only gaming desktop, all-in-one pieces, but also the gaming notebooks. The gaming notebook is something we can bring around the world, at train stations, on the flights, hotel rooms, preparing for this tournament. It's really been one of those things that have given Fnatic an edge, allowed us and invited us to be the most achieved gaming organization on the planet.
Like you said, offline tournaments, a lot of gamers like to come together at certain LAN parties,
Yeah.
but actually one thing is really big in esports right now, is video streaming, live streaming of gaming. How do you as Fnatic approach that?
Well, we are just mind blown about the popularity and how this new media has entered and kind of taken over the way how to distribute and communicate with your fans. I would say on a monthly basis we're reaching out to 2 million unique people around the world. And it's an incredible interactive way for our players to talk, communicate and teach aspiring young gamers that may be having our players, they're our fans basically. And it's very, very interesting. From a product perspective, it actually puts more pressure on your system, your gaming system. Need more performance because you're not only going to be able to practice on a really good frame rate without any lag or disruptions, whatever. You're also going to replicate all the data, all the audio, all the graphic towards tens of thousands of people online. And obviously we're getting boosted by the MSI product. Especially key feature is the killer networking. Allows you to stream this out around the world.
Another really important thing is audio, for instance.
Right.
Like LAN party is really noisy. Can you share some experiences there?
Sure. At the most busy offline events out there, you have like 20,000 people. You have a sponsor booth, you know how it works. It's shouting out music, all the messages, all the cool features they have and all that. And you as a gamer, it's your job. You have prepared years. Maybe like the past 2 weeks, you practice like 8-10 hours every day. You don't want to get disturbed by that, so you need to have good audio. And the audio boost in the MSI components and the notebook is really assisting that. Because as a gamer, hand and eye coordination is pretty much everything, but besides that, obviously the hearing. Especially in a team-based game, such as Counter-Strike, such as Call of Duty, you're depending on the soundscape in the game, and also the communication with your teammates. Being able in a 360-degree soundscape to determine, is that an enemy, is that a friend, where is the action happening? So the audio boost is really assisting us.
Okay. Yeah, so you tell about playing at tournaments, but Have you ever had it, for instance, that you're playing a final of a tournament, a lot of money is at stake, and your PC crash?
I tell you what, Dennis, I probably lost tens of thousands of dollars due to those things. Historically, I think esport, as it's been a very new thing, it's been kind of hard to establish really professional tournaments. I think only the last year, from 2011, we have reached a point where those tournaments are really professional and promoting like the actual talent, you know, you're able to achieve. But when I played, I'm not an active player anymore. Back in the days, you know, we've been to so many grand finals, sitting there with my team of 5, and one guy crashed, which is a big disadvantage. And it's not only like a big disadvantage in that very round, it also resets, and yeah, it resets your mentality. You get a bit out of balance. So you really depend on really good performance from your computer setup, because it's your tool of trade. You don't want any disruption. You want the highest frame rate throughout an extended period of hours. I mean, we are coming to an event maybe at 9 in the morning, and sometimes we leave at 12 or even later than that, midnight. So of course you need to have a really cool system that can give you the quality, the performance throughout hours and hours of playing.
Actually, MSI has something new in this department. We've listened to the comments, especially from Patrick, and we looked at a way to get our components certified. You heard us talk about military class components. Well, actually, right now, we've certified our entire motherboard for gaming. So we sent it to the TUV, TUF Laboratories in Germany, and they tested our motherboards in gaming environments. It means the temperatures over 70 degrees, and they do gaming tests to see if your CPU is still working, if your motherboard is still working, if your network is doing everything that it should do, if your audio is doing everything that it should do. And right now, MSI is the only motherboard certified for 25 years of gaming lifetime. Okay, sorry. Yeah, like you told about performance, for instance, like stability is important, but also performance is important. You want high frame rates, you don't want to have any lag. So how does MSI help you with this?
Well, ever since I started in 2008, I think we reached a point now at least that, you know, as I said, the products we are using is very, very important for us. It's our tool of trade. We need that to achieve as good as we ever could. So of course, it's in our very best interest to provide feedback that knows like the next version, next year product, or the next launch is going to give our players a better chance of playing the games basically. So I think we've seen many features now. Obviously I mentioned a few earlier, the killer network and the audio boost. Having this in your notebook, in your gaming desktop, it's so beneficial for us.
What can you tell about this, the easy performance?
Yeah, this is actually very interesting, and it's also appreciating the fact that the young gamers of today are not necessarily, they're very tech savvy, I'm not saying, but I think technology today is much simpler than when I was a bit younger. You were able to like set up your own systems, you knew exactly how to download the software, tweak it, hack it, I suppose. But that's not the reality we're living in today all the time, really. The gamers are not the nerds they once were. Maybe I'm a bit if I'm a nerd. But yeah, it should be very simple now. And this overclocking technology that MSI has developed is like very straightforward. One click, even like on the motherboard, or by a turbo key on the gaming notebook, or in the software, the MSI gaming app. So that's really good as well. And it's, yeah, just understanding the market really, because gamers are they're athletes. They are playing to win. They're not necessarily like good at technology.
And one more thing I would like to address is, we always hear like, hey, MSI is only paying Fnatic, this is just a sponsorship deal, but how do you actually work together with MSI and our products?
Yeah, as I said earlier, it's really important in our best interest as well to have as good equipment as possible. Not only taking the equipment to the events, the hotel rooms, the gaming notebook, but also in our home environments. That's where that's the hard work, being home and practicing. And besides that, we have done some really cool projects together, such as the MSI Beat It, establishing tournaments around the world and activating new market that not necessarily have had a chance to thrive in esports. So that's been really cool. We've been in like Beijing together, we've been in DreamHack together in Sweden, and run competitive tournaments open for everybody and inviting everyone, pushing esports basically.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
The change you heard Mr. Charles talk about before it's not only about our gaming and overclock, but also basically our classic products. So you'll see a big change in the identity of the MSI product. This goes from the components we use to the quality exert. So the new products you see all share big similarities, but also at the Computex booth you can see quite a lot of new products. For instance, our new tablet products. And I hope you really enjoy this change in MSI, our increased quality, which even goes to the BIOS we use. So all the products when we talk about synergies, the experience that we want you to have when you use our MSI products. I'd like to thank you all for visiting this press conference. I'll go back to Vera. Thank you.